Evening, folks. How you doing? Good evening. How the devil are you? How's it going? You all right? Appreciate you joining me on your Monday evening. Who have we got in? Got a couple of you. Fuzz first. Indeed, mate. Indeed. Rowan. Hello, mate. Hope you're good. Beat me to it. Hey up, Hugh. How's it going, mate? Good evening to you and all, mate. Hope all's good. Mean Robots. Hey up, mate. Hello, FARMERSIM. Hope all is well. All's good, mate. Thank you very much. How's things for you? On the other side of the pond, life treating you well? Brock Martin. Hi everyone. Hello mate, hope you're good. Hey up Dutch. Skill issue time. We've been going for about 2 minutes. I haven't tripped over, fallen. I'm not gonna, there's no skill issues. Hello, I look forward to all the skill issues. Cheers, Sin. Hey up Naira, how you doing mate? You okay? Hope all's well. Yemen. Evening mate, hope all's good. In the intro, the gas prices are pretty accurate. Is that right? Well, I mean, that's a testament to DJ Modding and his attention to detail, isn't it, really, mate? Travis, hello, mate. Hope you're good. J-Star, good evening, pal. How you doing? Been busy away on the server these last couple of days, mate. Hope all's well. Good to see you all. How's everybody's Monday so far? Hey up, Cher. How are you, love? You all right? Good to see you. How's life treating you? Good to hear it, Brock. Good to hear it, mate. What's that car you've got in your profile picture there, Brock? Can't see from here, but it looks very shiny and red. And it looks like it's got rear wheel fenders covering the rear wheels, some kind of American classic hot rod type thing. It's a tiny little image, so I'm going out on a limb here, but yeah, it looks quite nice. Hey up, Oz. How are you, mate? Hope all's good. Hope all's good. Share, you want my t-shirt? You don't want this one, love. It's been on me. And knowing how big I am and how small you are compared to me, you might want a smaller one. Tuesday morning for you, is it, Brock? Whereabouts in the world are you, Brock? You're a few hours ahead of us then, are you? You're on holiday, are you, Cher? Where are you, mate? You're on holiday at home or staycation, or are you away on holiday? Hope you're having a good time, regardless. So how's it going? Hope all's good. I figured I'd do a bit of a live stream on the Monday night for a bit of a change. Just because life gets in the way sometimes, and I've now got stuff to do tomorrow, which is ordinarily I'd have been sat there working on a video for Wednesday. So I've had to just shift everything around, and the recording I would have done at the weekend for a video tonight, I've worked on for a video on Wednesday to free up tomorrow, so I figured I'd do a live stream tonight instead to keep the YouTube algorithm happy. And because I love sitting here and spending time with you guys, because it's just, there's something totally awesome about doing live streams, I've got to say. Queensland, Australia. Right, okay. So again, what's the car in your picture? Is that an Aussie car? I'm assuming. Yep, Swanee, how are you, mate? You okay? Afternoon, mate. Or evening. What time is it? Well, it's 8 o'clock, isn't it? You're at home. Good stuff. Busy packing ahead of a house move. Night, oh, mate. It's one of the most stressful things in the world, isn't it? Moving house. It's wonderful when it's done, but the getting there and the boxing up of everything and stuff, it's a bloody nightmare, isn't it? But hope all goes well for you, Oz, mate. Are you moving far? Different town, different city, different... where are you moving to and from? It's a big job, though, isn't it? It really is. You go to Chester Zoo on Saturday, are you, Cher? Very nice, mate, very nice. That's only a few miles away, up the road from me. Watching the tropical storm here, bloody mess. Goodness me, Rowan, yeah. Not worse than a storm. I'm sending you to sleep already, Dutch. Rockabye Dutch. Well, there you go. At least I'm good for something. So anyway, what we're doing tonight? Well, we've got a load of bales to do. In fact, as you can see into the distance there, I've set set one of the tractors off with the baler on courseplay, running in the alfalfa field, just so that I had something to actually go and do first without having to do bale by bale as the baler ran around the field. So that's exactly what we're going to go and do. Things are moving along for Llama. You've got a ton of boxes full of cakes, have you, mate? You're moving from Edinburgh to Glasgow. We'll be in temporary accommodation for a few months, unfortunately. Oz, mate, I feel your pain, because that's exactly where I am now. I'm in my... Me and Mrs. FARMERSIM are currently in temporary accommodation in my mum's house. It was just something that we kind of had to do. It's just, you know, for whatever reason. I won't go into too much detail, but yeah, we're just bunking in with my mum for a few months, so 99.9% of all of our earthly possessions are currently stowed away in a massive storage container down the road in my local town. I'll tell you what, they're hard to come by, storage containers and storage units, goodness me. But yeah, it's just one of those things, you've got to do it, haven't you? It's you've got to do what you've got to do, and well, that's what we're doing, and by the sounds of things, mate, that's what you're doing as well. But Edinburgh, so yeah, that's my my old stomping ground when I was a little boy. I do miss my my hometown of Edinburgh. It is a gorgeous city. I shouldn't really call it a town; it's a city, isn't it? But yeah, I do miss Edinburgh. Got to say. You booted up the old Judith Plains save just now. Thought it'd fit. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. The old Judith Plains. Suppose it's been around for a little while now, hasn't it? It really has. Oh, cheers, Oz. Yeah, well, hopefully, mate. We're looking. I think we had a time scale of somewhere towards the end of the year. I think it's a case of just doing what we got to do. Essentially, it's just a case of paying down a little bit of debt, essentially, just to get ourselves into a better position, and then get out of here as soon as possible. Because when you're in your 40s, you have to go back and live with your mum for a bit. It's it's got its benefits because mum likes baking, so I've always got a supply of cakes on hand, which is great. And yeah, it's got its pros and its cons, but it's I mean, from a selfish perspective, from me and my YouTube channel, for example, it's and just the whole concept of making videos in the background, it's a little bit more higgledy-piggledy than what it used to be back in the old house anyway. That's why I've got this big photo screen sheet thing behind me. It's not an actual bed sheet. It is a dedicated photography thing that I bought off the internet. But it was just to, you know, make the background of the streams more presentable than what's currently sat behind there, which is a wardrobe from the 1920s, I think, or something directly there. But yeah, when you've moved property, we're having that meetup. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. It's we will get to it, absolutely. Right, what am I doing here? So, picking up some bales. We've got a load of alfalfa here, which this... where's the Fenta? Oh, there he is in the distance there. I was getting worried that he's kind of just run off. He's on courseplay, but, you know, it's never 100% foolproof, is it? It's all to you. Started another farm on... It's a nice map, that, Ray County, isn't it? Just went from a Ford TW20 to a John Deere 9R. Goodness me, yeah. Slight difference. Only slightly. But yeah, it's a really nice map, that Ray County, isn't it? It's there's one farm on there in particular that when I had me little bit of a wander around there to see what tickled my fancy. There's a farm that's got some big white fencing up that leads all the way up to it, and it's just a gorgeous view. And it's things like that draw me to sometimes things like one particular farm can draw me to a whole map, but that farm in particular was like, yeah, that's proper nice. Stop there, I want a nice green, come back. Right, I know you were joking about skill issues earlier on, ladies and gentlemen, but the reality is I'm loading bales. Oh my god, don't you dare. It starts. Why has it done that? Why has it done that? Now, if I strap that... Right. Goodness me. Well, that was lucky, wasn't it? The first stack of bales we get on there, and the trailer's already leaning. We'll get this one off and it'll balance it out, I'm sure. Oh, is that your farm as it's in? Is that the one you've gone for? We have this. We have a similar taste then, because I was just kind of like flying around, and I just saw that long driveway flanked by all the white fencing, and I thought that looks really, really nice. And I could just imagine myself setting up on there and do something cool. But yeah, it's a really, really nice farm. That's a lovely map. FSG's got his lovely herdsman series started on there, hasn't he? It's yeah. And I think Argsy started something on there as well, if I remember correctly. But yeah. Right, come on. This auto-loading thing is really quite a cool piece of kit as well. I'm not usually one for using Lizard-branded products. I do tend to try and stick with things that have got a... There we go. For some reason, anyway, I just try and find some sticks of tools that are kind of branded, so to speak. But this is by Black Sheep Modding, and they are a talented bunch of people, I've got to say. So, and it works brilliantly. I've turned Universal Auto Load off on the trailer, as you might have already told. Been able to tell, because I think in one of the last episodes on here, I was expecting to load up the trailer manually, and the trailer just snatched them off me, and I was like, oh, I genuinely wanted to practice my bale loading skills, so I figured I'd use this pretty cool tool, because it just makes the stacking of them, the grabbing of them, a bit neat and tidy. It doesn't really take from the job in hand, does it? You still got to stack them and load them. What do I think to salted caramel brownies? Yum, yum, yum. Yum, that's what I think to salted caramel brownies, young lady. Who doesn't like salted caramel brownies? There's a trick question. You still awake, Dutch? Goodness me. 13 minutes into the stream. I've been talking for 13 minutes. I haven't managed to send you into a slumber yet, have I? Right, let's... See what I mean? It's just an awesome tool, this. So if I'm hoping it's not going to wobble over to the side again, but... That's better. And I'm going to try, at my absolute peril, to get the next stack on without having to strap that stack down. There you go. Good, they're coming to Lammer. I'm not... You're gonna put me into a diabetic coma 5 minutes into bloody Lammer, aren't you, Sharon? I'm just gonna be like curled up on the stage at the giant stand, covered in crumbs. Salted caramel brownies sounds delicious. They really do. There you go. Something else to look forward to at Lammer now. So I don't need to bring me pocket money then, do I, Cher? Buy some butties when I'm there. Just come to you. Oh, sugar. Oh. Oh. See, I think I'd glanced over at the chat, and to be fair, I have parked in a pretty awkward place right next to this swath. But fortunately, it's not going to be too much of a problem to pick him up again. Oh, typical. You're going to be like the Pied Piper, you are, love. And all of us rats are going to be queuing up next to you. Right, let's see if we can get all this locked on in one go. There we go. One more. Nice. Right, let's try and rectify the first skill. I don't have a counter on screen, but there you go. Good night. Trying to stay awake until the first issue of the skill variety. Yeah, that's been and gone, mate. You can go to sleep now. Come on, I can't imagine any of you there who are in the chat or even watching have never done anything like this before. Let's be honest. Bale stacking, regardless of whether you've got an auto load thing or not. There we go. Admittedly, I could do with parking the trailer on a slightly better ground. But there we go. Oh, and I'll tell you another thing, actually. This was a really cool thing that I learned from Steve over in Discord the other day. And I didn't know you could do this. So let me just show you. But did you know that you can limit the speed at which your vehicles reverse? I didn't. Probably because it involves, on my control pad anyway, it involves pressing 3 or 4 buttons at the same time. But essentially, if you look at what I'm doing now, I'm reversing maximum. That's flat out on my controller at 3 miles an hour. So if you didn't know, and I can only guide you on it using a controller, but if you hold reverse and drive, and then alter your cruise control, there you go. You see, 9 miles an hour is the max, but then you can bring down your reverse speed. I'm sure most of you knew that, but I never knew that, and that has been something for me personally. It's a bit of detail And I kind of I recognise this after a while from like watching like Millennial Farmer, for example. You watch the real life farmers go about their daily business, and you see him, for example, reversing his combine harvester out of his big shed. And you don't reverse out the combine, you don't reverse a big machine like that out of a shed, or a tractor, or a planter hooked up to a tractor. Anything more than like 1 or 2 miles an hour. Yeah, he's got a couple of dogs running around his yard, so he's got to be mindful of those. But you just don't do it, do you? You've got to be careful, and you've got to be slow when you're manoeuvring hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of equipment around. And in the game, of course, with the game being what it is, you can just put your foot down and go full speed out of in reverse, of course, or anywhere, and it just there's an element of realism lost for me in that. And when I learnt this the other night from Steve, he just literally said, I was today years old when I learnt you could do this, and I was like, well, so am I. I had no idea you could do that. So there you go. If any of you weren't aware of that, now all your tractors are limited. Yeah. Do we need to have a skill issue counter? No, we don't. Don't need a skill issue counter. I can't imagine anyone who here playing Farming Simulator ever has an eventless session playing, let's be honest. I'm sure there's always something to go slightly haphazard, isn't there? Crashing into a lamppost or whatever. Yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it, Dutch and Jay? It's just a really tiny little bit of detail. I don't know if you could do that in 22 or even back to 19, but I've been playing the game for quite a few years now, and I've literally just learnt that yesterday, so it's and I'm very glad that I do know it now, I've got to say. Because like I say, it just adds a little bit more realism. You can't reverse too fast. And I'll tell you what it does do as well. Header trailers. It makes manoeuvring header trailers so much easier. I like that though. Look at that. He didn't wait for me. He just went around me. That is cool. Right. First trailer load. Nice and sugar. Nice and gentle. There we go. The main thing is I don't think Kim's going to be in tonight either, because I believe she's off on her jollies or away somewhere, so I'm not going to be monitored for too many skill issues. You play the Mobile 23, mishaps galore. Fair enough, mate. I've not had a go on that actually yet. I've not played that game. Right, let's get this thing out the road. Oh, hello. Check out my case there, popping a wheelie. Really? Right. Okay. Something tells me. Might need to go and get a different tractor. Are you really going to struggle with a trailer load of bales? Right, okay, fair enough. On it then. Is that only for PC or consoles? You mean the reversing thing, Swanee? I can only assume that's consoles as well, mate. It's just there's no mods involved. It's not a trick, glitch or a bug or anything. You literally just, however it is. Well, if you're on console, it'll be the same as the way I do it, because I play with a PlayStation controller on a PC. But you just do whatever you do to dial down your cruise control speed, but you do it while reversing, essentially. So it's literally that simple, I guess. Yes, it was definitely a weight issue. I knew I could have done with a front weight on there, but I don't actually think I've got one, to be fair. Don't think I've got a front weight. I've got a front weight on the Fent that's out in the field doing the baling. I'll see if this can do any better. And if this can't do any better, then I will just have to grab myself a front weight, but I'm sure this will do the job just fine. He says. Somebody forgot his front weight. No, I didn't even have one in the first place, mate. It's I didn't think it'd struggle with that, to be honest. Clearly I was wrong. Hello from Austria. Hey Gerald, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. Hope all's good. Appreciate you joining us, mate. How's things for you? Grass is heavy. Yeah. Although this is alfalfa, technically, so I don't actually know what weight's in each of the bales, actually. I should have a look. But... and if this doesn't work... Hey up, Rion, how you doing, mate? How's it going, buddy? How's it going? Rion here, ladies and gentlemen, is Welsh Sim Farmer's young apprentice. Oh my good God. Right, you're having it. Well, this is going to take a while, isn't it? Levels of faffery here. That, do you know what, Sin? I was just thinking that. I thought, do I just dig the 9RX out? It's not really the kind of... I mean, it'll do the job. I don't think there's any situation in the world you could land in where that thing's going to pop a wheelie, so I'm just going to have to bite the bullet and... I mean, for goodness sake. Although, no, hang on a minute. No, let's do things properly. I know that I've got the shop just here on my left somewhere, so let's scroll down and get ourselves a big, heavy weight. Bump, bump, bump. I always tend to... I'm sure I've got them on here somewhere, have I? Yeah, the big Fent one. I'll have a bit of that, because it's heavy. Yeah, I'll have that. Can I change it to the international red? That'll do. There we go. Skill base. Stop it, you lot. But yes, you're right. Definitely. Tell you what, though. We've got... what's everyone's opinions on all the new information that we've been plastered with in these last couple of days since FarmCon? With the new DLC. I'm well excited for this, I've got to say. Scottish map for a start. Kinlaig looks absolutely gorgeous, if I don't say so myself. I'm really looking forward to that. The additions of aquaculture and fish farming, salmon and trout and stuff like that. It looks, I mean, it's different, isn't it? It's interesting. Oh my God. Read the chat, look out for cars, and can't drive in a straight line. Can a tractor with tracks even ever pop a wheelie? Probably not, no. Probably not. Greetings from South Africa, JGB 1983. Hello, mate. Good to see you. Hope all's good. You find me currently trying my very best to pick up a trailer of bales. How difficult should it be? But both tractors I've tried so far have been massively. And the brakes on this thing are shocking. Look at that. Right, pick up. Come on, you. Even that's really squatting, isn't it? To be fair. You're beyond excited for the Highland cows as well as fishing. Yeah. Well, that's it. You've got fish farming on land and out at sea with the addition of boats as well, which is really, really cool. Don't get me wrong, I haven't fully digested every little bit of information that's been that's come around since FarmCon. Are you counting, Dutch? Are you counting yourself? Are you counting sheep going to sleep, or are you counting skill issues? Oh dear. But yeah, it does look really, really good, I've got to say. Highland cows, obviously, being a native Scot, that's something that I remember fondly from my childhood. Stop laughing, Jay. It's nothing funny here. He says. It's always when you're doing it on live streams as well. It's destined to go wrong on a live stream. Let's be honest. Right. So. Yeah. Do you know what? I think I will go and get the 9RX. The brakes on this thing are shocking. Evening, Ben. How you doing, mate? Good to see you. Right. So, undo them. There we go. We'll just about get them in there. That'll do for me. That'll do. You just can't wait for the fish and chips production. It's a good point, actually. Hey up, Dinky. Too many skill issues to count. Well, thanks, mate. Good to see you too. Honestly, those are the two words I hear constantly all day long over on Discord. Right, yeah, I'm going to pull in here and get the we're going to get the Rexy, I think. Or should I just pull in on the what the hell stopped me there? That. Right. Let's just pop that there. Spin this around. Onions as well. Thanks, Josh. Josh V Zeal Gaming. Hello, mate. Hope you're good. Yeah, onions. Another new addition. I like the onions, and muck spreader looks great. JCB tractor should have been base at release of 25. Yeah, I figured that's what you meant. Yeah, the JCB does look a nice tractor, let's be honest. Let's be honest. Right. I mean, this is going to open another can of skill issues, isn't it? Let's use a massive million-ton articulated tractor for dragging a small trailer of bales. But yeah, I'm going to go wrong with this, he says, naively. I was planning on using this thing in the near future as well, depending on how far we got with the baling, to run the ripper in a few of the fields, get them turned over. I mean, this is absolute overkill, isn't it? The state of that. Is that not the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen? A 9RX and a relatively small bale trailer. I mean, it's not going to tip over, or it's not going to wheelie like the other one did, is it? But goodness me. We've got some bales to pick up though, haven't we, ladies and gentlemen? Let's be honest. And we've got to work in this field first, and we'll see where the time takes us. But we've also got one of the harvests that we did a few episodes ago over here, the sorghum. Because I've got JD's Moddings extended straw harvest, we also get straw from our sorghum. So we've got a whole field to pick up there as well, which is awesome. But even now, let's just see if we can spot the Fent. He looks like he's been stuck by a bale. Bear with me, I'm just going to tab through my vehicles. Oh no, it's because this one's behind it. Let's just grab that out of the way. Why aren't you moving? What are you meant to be doing here, silly? Are you honestly that stuck? What's wrong with you? Right, let's just change that. And then start you off there, and hopefully... No, not there. There. Thank you. That's better, right, so you've got 8 minutes to go. Right, that'll do, that'll do. Well, it's almost 150,000 kilograms, so no wonder the small ones are struggling. That, my friend, is a fair point, let's be honest. Yeah. Hey up, Welsh, how are you, mate? How's it going? Little Rion was in here before. How are you both doing? You alright? You got to the bottom of your game update thing yet, mate? Let's get rid of that courseplay box there. I do hate having things on my screen that I don't need. Yeah, we're all good, thank you, Welsh. Hope all's good for you as well. Turn off the loop around on the courseplay. The loop around is just on the it should just be on the final, running the couple of headlands now, I hope. Yep, there he is. Right, are you gonna... Oh, there you go, we can force it to pop a wheelie. There you go. There's the first. How'd you get a 9RX to pop a wheelie? There's something definitely funny going on there, though. That's the trailer, isn't it? That's not me. As soon as I bring the bales down to it, it's like the trailer's scared. What are you doing here now? It's a bit weird, isn't it? Right, let's just see what happens there. Yeah. Ooh, sugar. This trailer's awful. Stay there. Well, that's no good, is it? Let's be honest. Why is that trailer doing that? Should we just buy another trailer? Because this one's a pain in the neck. Let's buy ourselves another trailer. Because at the minute, money isn't really an object on this series, let's be honest. It's just to have some fun and enjoy this map. Because it is brilliant. We've got the server on this map, and it's... I think a lot of people are enjoying them. So there we go. Let's go for a real big one. 28-foot flatbed. All good here. Thanks, mate. Been out hunting for a forager, working in some fields close by. Now walking the dog and listening in. Good man. Good man. Dutch is still counting sheep. I know you're not counting sheep. That might have been the most expensive wheeler. Yeah, I hope you don't drive like this. Right. Yeah, let's try this one, shall we? Don't need to faff around changing anything. Let's just make sure that there's no... I don't want auto load. I hope that's not going to mess anything up. There we go. I don't want auto load on my trailer. Right. Let's have another dabble at this, shall we? What I might even do is buy a half decent sized tractor for towing that trailer as well. May as well. Because towing a Bale trailer with a 9RX just seems ridiculous, if you ask me. Yes, it is the Red Rock trailer, Yemen. Yeah, it is. And I've never really had a problem with it up to now, if I'm honest. This is literally the first time I've seen it react like that with bales being bought close by. Yeah, it's... Right, so, let's do things properly. I know I'm not a farmer. I know I'm riddled with skill issues now and again. But I do feel it's, especially on a live stream, it's appropriate to... So I'm going to get rid of that to do things even remotely properly. So, we've now got that other bale trailer, so I'm going to get rid of that one. Yep, don't need you, and just because I can... I'm going to buy a nice big... What should we have? What should we have, ladies and gentlemen? Something with a bit of oomph that doesn't look stupid with a bale trailer attached to it. We don't need anything quite as big as all of that now, do we? Let's be honest. I've already got a Fent on the farm. JHHG Moddings 8R. That might be a nice addition, mightn't it? We'll have it, yeah. We'll have a big front weight. Oh, yeah, we'll have those floaters. In fact, we'll just have a bit of that, shall we? 400 horsepower. We'll go for the LSWs with some weights. We'll give it some fenders. We'll give it some beacon lights. Not bothered about GPS or extra lights or attachers. Bum, 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 bum. Yep. There we go. $300,000 well spent, if I don't say so myself. Absolutely, Swanee. Happy 4th of July to all of our US friends. Absolutely. Right, that's better. He says. Goodness knows what's going to happen now when we get in the field, but we'll find out, won't we? And I do hope that this thing doesn't auto-load the bales. You were going to vote for 1050, were you? Get something I can drive. Right, let's just drive past here first. Right, it didn't auto-load anything there. Excellent. Right. Let's try again, shall we? Let's try that again. To be fair, this definitely does feel like a more suited trailer for the weight and the size and the quantity of bales that we're looking to shift. Although, thinking about it, the next issue that I've got is actually getting them loaded into the into the shed, actually, because this is quite a long trailer. Right, that'll do for now. Let's just take them off. There we go. That's better. That'll do for me. That will do. Yeah, that's what I thought, Sin. The 9RX looks... It just looks silly, and you wouldn't use a tractor like that for baling, for moving a bale trailer, would you? Especially not a little thing like that Red Rock, let's be honest. But I think we're sorted now. We have a tractor that can do the job. So I suppose now that I've got that one, I might sell that other John Deere one. No point in having tractors that I don't really need. Even just for fun, a Fendt on a US map just feels wrong. You think? I mean, we've got a Fendt over there that's running the baler. I mean, I suppose I know what you mean. I think predominantly Fendt are more of a, definitely more of a European brand, aren't they? But I mean, I think they do exist in the States, don't they? There's a few of them. Right, there we go. Just drop them off there. Could be neater, could be a bit squarer, but you will do. But you safely strapped on. There we go. Right. Goodness me, there's a heck of a lot of bales on here, isn't there? Trying to question whether we're even going to get to the straw bales today or not. We shall see. We shall see. I suppose I should really bring the trailer a bit more central into the field now, shouldn't I? There's no point in being all the way over there. Fendt are becoming sort of popular over here. There is a dealer down in Jonesboro, Arkansas. There we go. I must admit, I do love myself a big Fendt. I don't know why. It is the brand I tend to gravitate to, mainly. Right. There we go. Now let's just try and bring them a little bit closer into the stack there. That'll do just fine. That's better. Following a US farmer on YouTube, he drives a Fendt and a Massey. That's pretty cool. In fact, what I'm going to do before we carry on with that, I'm going to bring the trailer into the centre of the field a bit better, I think. Make sure the straps are on, just so that we don't go throwing them all over the place. Yeah. Yeah, we'll just stick them right in the middle here. And it does look like there that the Fendt with the baler has finished as well. So before we crack on loading these up, let's turn that off so we're not burning fuel for no reason. We'll go get this Fendt set up in the straw field and get the straw baled up. There's no point in him sitting there doing nothing. And then that's just what we've got ahead of us then. We've got to clear this field of bales and then we'll go cracking on with the straw bales if we've got time. We'll see how we go. Because I'd imagine I think I am going to encounter a bit of an issue when I'm trying to reverse the bale trailer into the shed that I've got Argsy's Anywhere object storage positioned in. I have a funny feeling it's all going to go horribly wrong, probably. And then Dutch will have something else to add to the skill counter, won't it? Even though it won't be a skill thing, it's a positioning thing this time. But anyway, yeah, the Highlands Fishery DLC coming on the 4th of November, isn't it, if I remember correctly? I'm really excited for that, I've got to say. I mean, it's great that we've got something like this whole fishing expansion thing into the game. I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be something a bit different. But like I said before, I think the main thing I'm looking forward to is the map. For sure. I really am looking forward to that. So, I'm going to load up the harvesting. What field are we in here? What field number is this? Field 36. So, dum-da-dum, field 36. That's I want the grain header course. from the harvester. I'm hoping, yeah, there's the first waypoint. Start you off at the first. The problem this one is he's doing the headlands first, so there's going to be bales all over the place around the headlands. The likelihood is of him bumping into some bales might be prevalent, I suppose, but we'll see. 458 bales. Is that what you are you? I'm assuming you're not talking about this. Are you talking about what you were doing on the stream, on the server? Sorry, Dutch. The map looks good. Doubt I'll do the fishing. I mean, I'm definitely going to give it a go. I mean, the boats are interesting. I watched DJ had a couple of videos out the other day that I watched one of them very quickly before, which was only a couple of minutes long. It was just a quick video of the gameplay footage from FarmCon of getting in one of the boats that you can take out to sea, and it's I'm not going to say novelty. It's interesting, and I'm actually very interested to see the kind of finances that you can make from fishing, because if it's worth the money, because that's one thing lately. That's one thing I've started to kind of appreciate a bit more, and it was Virtual Farming Life who kind of did it for me. He's put me onto spinach. I've never really been too interested in doing any of the other crops. I mean, we've all done potatoes once or twice, haven't we? We know that they can be, they're a bit of a pain, aren't they, let's be honest, but they're not too bad. But things like the spinach and the carrots, I did carrots over on FarmSim 22 when the premium expansion came out, and I harvested using one of those woefully narrow, like 1.5 metre wide harvesters, and it was one of the most painful tasks I've ever done in Farming Simulator, and I vowed never to do them again just because it annoyed me that much. But financially they can be worth it, and that's where I've got to, especially from a content creator's perspective, I've got to say to myself, I've got to take my head for a wobble and say, no, you know, I kind of feel like I've been guilty of just doing the same thing quite regular. You know, when you start, even when you start a new series, you end up just doing the same several things. You got a farm, you got some chickens and some cows, maybe some pigs. You got your wheat, your canola, your barley, and all that kind of stuff. You know, you might push the boat out a bit and do, you know, something slightly different. But I'm always using the same equipment, and it's like, you know, things like cotton. Cotton's been in the game for ages, and it can be an extremely lucrative crop, and it's like, so from my perspective, from this side of the fence, on the content creator side of things, I need to broaden my horizons, I feel. So yeah, I've started it on Palanier. I've drilled my first field of spinach, so I'm going to be leasing the spinach harvester. There we go. See, that's relatively neat, isn't it? I can get another stack on the back of there. So if I, in fact, no, I'll leave those unstrapped for now, because I'd like to get one more stack on the end and see if I can bunch them up a bit and neaten it up, I feel. How did I get on with my spinach? Over on the server, Dinky? It was alright. It was, I think it wasn't a particularly massive field, and if I remember correctly, because you don't store spinach when you, and again, this was me trying, even though I was on the server and I was potentially just doing it on my own, I learnt from Virtual Farming Life, because he knows a heck of a lot, that you don't store spinach. Now, you know, ideally when it comes to spinach, you kind of want it fresh, don't you? As a buyer, you buy them predominantly in supermarkets in bags of, there we go, look at that. Oh, it's a thing of beauty. Bale Tetris, everybody. There we go. Please tell me I can strap it. There we go. Look at that. That's sweet. Yeah, I believe the correct thing to do with spinach is to sell it quickly. So you know, yes, you could probably put it in a multi-fruit silo that's been modded to accept every crop in the game. But in reality, it goes straight from field to market, really. Most of it, I believe. So the correct thing to do is to sell it straight away. So that's what I did. And I can't remember the acreage of the field, but I think I got in. It was around about $87,000 or $88,000, I think. Oh, I can tell you the acreage of the field actually, because it was on this map. It is field. Oh, where am I? It was that it was field 54. 18.2 acres. So yeah, from an 18-acre field, I made about 87, 88 grand. So it's yeah, it was all right, and it was actually quite an enjoyable task, if I'm honest. It wasn't that painful at all. Using the base game spinach harvester, you got around 500,000 litres and you sold it for 179 grand. How big was what was the field you were working? Because I seem to remember seeing you make a comment on that on Discord, and I was like, hang on a minute. Just looking at the numbers that you got from your sale, I was just curious how big the field that you were working in was. And as it was on this map, can you remember what field number it was, mate? I'm assuming it was considerably bigger than mine. I think I was getting, price-wise, if I'm right, so I should, yeah, I can just go like that, can't I? Boom. Yeah, of course, because they don't have collisions when they're in there. Brilliant. That's what I like. Greetings from Finland, MTK Sim Farmer. Hello, mate. Hope you're good. How are you? Appreciate you joining us on the Monday evening, mate. How's life over in Finland? So yeah, expanding my horizons, as it were, starting to do different crops, I think is something that I really need to do. The crops have been around in the game. I'm not going to do all of them, but I think it's about time that I at least have a go with the likes of spinach and potentially green beans and peas. And when the new crop comes along in November, onions as well, red beets and you know, all that kind of stuff. I'm still I've got a brick wall in my mind for carrots as a result of the doing what I did on Court Farms in FARMERSIM 22, but we'll see. Might have a go, maybe have a go with some of the. It was the harvesting that got me. That was the bit that just made me go, no, never again. This was one of the most painful things I've ever had to endure, and it really was. Let's be honest. But I think the reality is I just need to give my head a wobble and get cracking on with them. So yeah, what field were you in, Dinky, over here on Judith Plains? I'm intrigued to know. I'd imagine your field was considerably bigger than mine. Right. Let's try and get these first two stacked a bit neater than what we had before, shall we? Yeah, looks about right. Ish. No. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. Right. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to it, the expansion. Kinlake, the map, looks absolutely gorgeous. It reminds me of holidays when I was a kid, because I used to live in Scotland. I lived there till I was I think I was 7 or 8 years old when we moved from Scotland to Newcastle upon Tyne. But we used to holiday in a beautiful seaside town called North Berwick, and some of the images that I saw from FarmCon and the release and the new images of the new map proper reminded me of there. Go on the map, says Dinky. So your farm, you're at the Big Sky Acres, aren't you, Dink? Which one was it? 72. One of them, was it, perhaps? You saw a Danish YouTube series following a root crop farm. He mentioned the soil condition improved greatly when carrots were included in the rotation. Is that right? Is that right, Sin? Well, there you go. See, it's little details like that from people who know so much more than I do that I really appreciate as well. You think Wynne is doing a spinach contract on the big... Yeah, she said before that she was doing a massive spinach harvesting contract. In that one, Dutch? In 72? Or in 61? She's not doing it in 61, is she? That will take... Because I noticed that earlier on, well earlier on, into the... she'd been on there for 4 hours, I think, at the time. So, I'll tell you what. She deserves a medal, quite frankly. Right, let's straighten them up. Knock them off there. Hey, there we go. One of the square ones. Oh, so either 86 or 87. They're pretty much the same size. Right, so 43 acres. 42 acres, right. Yeah, so that kind of works out about right. Mine was just under 20 acres. 18 something, and I netted around $88,000. Field 86, yeah, so, yeah, Dutch, you're referring to the field that Wynne's in at the minute, field 61. That one there, that's the biggest on the map. That's what we're looking at there. 133.2 acres with a 4-metre wide spinach harvester. Good on you, Wynne. Almost 44 acres, yeah, so that works out about right. So, double what I got. I was at 18 acres, so... Let's round it up and call it 20 for easy mathematics. So say, call it 90 grand if we're rounding up. Double that is 180 grand, and you said, what, 179,000 you got for it, didn't you? Yeah. So that works out about right. And your yield was 85%. My yield was, it was as good as it could be because I properly prepped the field and it was fertilised and limed and all that kind of stuff, so the yield was as good as I could get it. The yield map was nice and green when I'd finished with it, let's be honest. But yeah, I think if I remember correctly, I was getting yields of 100 and... I think in patches, depending on the soil I was working in, it was 123% in certain patches and then 92%, if I remember correctly, in others. But either way... it's still worth it, and the bonus of we keep referring to spinach here, don't we? But the other added bonus of spinach is you get 2 cuts per year, which is so you know you drill it, you harvest it, you get your first cut in June, and then essentially it'll regrow once that year, and you'll get a second cut from it. So let's use Dinky's field as an example there. So he got $179,000 from his field, so that's to $360,000 you'll get from one field's worth of growth. Two growth, sorry, but one field's worth of crop in a year. And yes, that won't cover the cost of buying the harvester. So yeah, there is still, if you wanted to buy the harvester, that's 400 and something odd thousand, I think, possibly. But if you were planning on doing that over a couple of years, you will make your money. You really will. And the other bonus that I was amazed at, and I only learnt this from when I did it back on Palanier, the seed rate for spinach is ridiculous. It goes so far. So when it comes to initial outlay to plant the stuff, it's really, really economical. So yes, you could either, when it comes to seeding the stuff, it's really cheap. It barely uses any seed at all, and you can lease the harvester when it comes to cut time until you've made your money back and to potentially be able to afford to buy the thing. But it's still amazing, and it's really interesting, and it's little things like that made me go, why didn't I do these things earlier? Why am I still just sticking to just going, right, I'm going to plant a field of wheat, maybe some canola, because canola can be quite valuable. But it's like, yeah, it's you're going to get bored at the end of the day, so it's like I need to spread my wings, increase my... Ooh. So far, so good. You got the harvester for 134 grand in the store. Well, there you go. You've done right out of that one, mate. You're testing the spinach bag production 4x. Was it in the revenue? Ah. Oh, yes, yeah, you didn't, did you think you cultivate? You went and cultivated your field, didn't you? Well done. Well, yeah, but you live in... I'll guarantee you won't ever do that again. It's just one of them things, isn't it? You're new to it as well. You can be forgiven for doing that, see? See, I'm not mean like you lot. I didn't go, skill issue. Did I? The first sign of any mistake or any slip of the tongue or anything over on my Discord, I just get skill issue to the point where Kim has even gone as far as finding a sticker for skill issue and brandishing that in front of me every time I open my mouth. Oh, it's all fun, I suppose. It's all fun. Right. And I'll tell you what as well, this bale loader does make the whole job of loading bales so much more fun. I've never really enjoyed loading up bales onto a trailer. I don't know why. Maybe because I knock them over all the time and it's like, oh! If you're trying your best to do it properly and not use... No, in fact, I'll keep them on strap again and shove them up with the last stack. Yeah, if you're trying to do things properly, you know, harvest your... I've lost my trail of thought there. I saw Jay's comment. Wasted opportunity there. That sticker is a thing of beauty. Is it? Is it, Welsh? Is it? You're all just bullies. That's the problem. Right. We're not doing too bad here, actually, are we? Well, there are quite a few over there, let's be honest. But yeah, this bale loader does make the whole job so much more just pleasurable. No props, Sin, mate. Good to see you, buddy. You're off to bed. Well, take it easy, bud. Good night's sleep and all that. Appreciate you joining us. No doubt catch you in the Discord tomorrow. Right, there we go. Last one. Talking about skill issues, how hard is it to restart a server? Asking for a friend. Why does it need restarting? Don't say that. Tell you what, that server, as much as I love what it's done and what it is doing in my little community over on Discord, all you wonderful people are all getting together and enjoying a bit of game time together on this map, on my multiplayer server. It has been one of the biggest pains in my necks for weeks. It's just the administration side of this particular... It's just been problem after problem, hasn't it? When it works, it's fine, it's great, and it's brilliant. But there's been so many bugs and glitches and needs for restarts, and honestly... And I've been in touch with G-Portal today as well, the backup, the restarting after a backup. My multiplayer server should automatically restart every morning and perform its own backup, which I've told it to do. And every time it does this, every single morning, it doesn't automatically restart. So every morning I wake up to a load of messages, server's not on, and I have to, you know, get on my computer and kind of go in and manually turn it on, which it's not hard. It's nothing difficult. You just go to a website and you click a button, and that just restarts the server. But it's having to do that now every morning. That's becoming a right royal pain in the proverbial arse, if you forgive my French. Right, there we go. Boom, 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 boom. Awesome. What have we got in here now? But apart from that, it's brilliant. I'm loving the server. Total capacity 121 of 250. So we've got 41 9,000 litre bales, 9,000 litre bales of straw, and 80 6,500 litre bales of alfalfa. Right, okay. Something tells me this is going to be quite full come the end of this live stream, I feel. I might have to place another one of them down next door in the other little shed, I think. There's two variants from in Anywhere Object Storage. There's a big one and a small one, but the big one physically is too big for that shed, and I can't put it sideways because the trigger's at the trigger and the loading trigger are in the wrong place. So I'll have to put another small one in the little garage next to it. But that's okay. That's all good. You've just gone into Discord and Win says it's crashed. Oh, you're joking. Right, okay. The Apprentice says good night. Well, good night, Apprentice. Rion, mate. Sweet dreams, big guy. Oh, well, that's not good, is it? If it's crashed. Right, okay. Well, I can actually do this without interrupting too much of the stream here. So, let me just do that. You guys shouldn't see anything there, I don't think. Or does that mess up the stream? I think it might do, actually. I don't know what's going on there. No. Why is my stream buffering there? Have you all still got me? Even in virtual farming life, how are you, mate? I'm just noticing a... Oh, there we go. We're back again. Forgive me. Did you guys have a bit of a buffering wheel then? I guess I'm not going to be attempting to restart the server, it would seem. Where's me? See, what are you doing here? Where on earth? Goodness me. Look at this. Oh my word. Courseplay has gone for an absolute mission. He's right on the other side of the map. Oh my word. See that farm in the distance there? That's... He's come for a right mission, this one has. You still here? That's alright. Sorry, when I tried to just minimise out the screen here so I can click on and restart the server. Sorry, how in the name of all that's holy has my tractor got here? He's crossed the river. How's he done that? This dude has crossed... I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out how my tractor here that was on Courseplay in that field in the distance there. No buffering issues on your side. Well, that's all right because I saw the buffering wheel on my window in YouTube Studio here. And I'm still trying to understand how this tractor has managed to traverse all the way over to the other side of the map here, or quite far away anyway, and cross a river. Skill, well, yes, skill issue indeed, but not mine. Courseplay. And now I'm going to have to... What a pain in the neck this is. I'm going to have to kind of just drive it back safely. Gamer cat, he went to a bridge. Well, that would be the explanation, wouldn't it? But he didn't, because he was sat here at the fence, here. Just kind of there. You all saw where that was sat. So he's essentially just got confused on Courseplay, because I've seen it do it once or twice, and it'll just kind of have a bit of a wobbler and just drive off in a straight line in whichever direction he happens to be facing at the moment that he's decided to throw a wobbler. But if there's a river in the way, especially one that I assume is deep enough to need resetting the tractor at, just follow the destruction. Well, I know, but I don't want to try and drive back the same way because, knowing my luck, I'll sink the tractor, I'll lose my bales, I'll have to reset everything. So I'm just going to... But he's managed to cross that. No way. That's proper mad. I set the courseplay up. But courseplay is just for... He's following the harvester's course in a field that's currently just full of straw swath. So all he's doing is just running on the same course as the harvester. I set that up. I recorded that and did that in the last video I did here on this map on Judith Plains. Crop destruction is on, but it's only on in fields that I own. So if I owned these fields, it'd be easy to track. But that's proper crazy. That's proper crazy. Right. Anyway. But then the next tricky bit is trying to figure out where he's lost his way. A fent with built-in flight mode. Wormhole, that's a good one. Yeah, there you go. Right. How the bloody hell did you... Right, where did you go? I'm trying to figure out where he left off. In fact, actually, I should be able to tell this, actually, just by bringing up courseplay. And it should. I'm going to have to drive around a minute just to find the last node that he was at. But once I've found that, I should be able to hopefully set him off on the right track again, find out where it was he got left off. And it's always at the ends of the roads, let's be honest. When he's turning round, trying to find the way around, sometimes they can get a little bit confused, but not like this. But saying that, it's not bringing anything up. Where are you? How very confusing. Right, well, I'm just going to set him off some... Oh, there you go, hang on a minute, this is where he was. Right. So he's finding it... Right, okay, I see. I think we can figure this one out. Yeah, that's where we want. I think he's... Oh, well, I think that's the case anyway. That's what I'm going to go for. He's done the headlands, and it was where he needed to find his way to the up and down roads. So this'll do. Drop that down, turn you on, run you forward a bit, select nearest waypoint, and you can just pick up. Right. And then there's a bale right there at the end of this row. I'll just watch him, see if he can get to the end of this row. You've got the wool for my blanket, have you, Cher? Oh, mate. And it'll be winter as well when we see each other at Lammer, won't it? Shift that out of the way. Right. I'm just going to leave you to it now and hope for the best, he says. Right. There we go. Let's get cracking. This bale pickering-uppering again, shall we? Crack on with this job. Yours is buffered. Your video has, Cher. Did you get a bit of buffering then? Everything's... Even when it was showing buffering on my end, it was showing excellent connection. I think it was because it might have been something to do with the fact that I tried to minimise out the game. I've had no drop frames, the connection's tickety-boo. And everything does seem to be exactly as it needs to be. No, I appreciate it, Welsh, mate. I can't send over any details right now, mate, with me being in front of this at the minute. I'll just have to do it after the stream, but for some reason, like I say, when I tried to minimise out the game before, as soon as I looked over to my YouTube studio page that's over here on my left, the thing was buffering, and I was like, oh, doesn't usually do that, which is a bit odd. So, yeah. It'll just have to wait, mate. There's not much I can do about that. Be reet. I just hope it hasn't messed up that massive harvesting contract that Wynn was doing. in Field 61. That would be something of a crying shame, quite frankly. Because that's a big task to take on, let's be honest. No buffer. Hey up, Josh! How are you, pal? How's it going, mate? You alright? No buffering this end, that's all good. Good to know. Yeah, it must have been something on my end, and I don't know what it was. Very confusing. How's it going, mate? Josh was actually up until a few months back my actual real-life neighbour. So I did notice on Steam before, Josh, that you'd started playing the game. How's it going? You alright? There we are. That'll do. How's the new house? Settling in alright? What's fenced TARDIS, Rowan? Out of interest. That doesn't ring a bell. Need to look into that. I also need to just keep my eye. It looks like the Bale is still running over there. I think. Yeah, it looks like he's still doing something. That's all that matters. Cheers, Oz, mate. Appreciate you joining us, buddy. Good to see you. No doubt catch you on Discord a bit later on or tomorrow. Right, there we go. Yeah, the buffering thing's a weird one, I'll be honest. I've not seen that one before. Let's get that neatly stacked there, shall we? So yeah, what do you all think? What are all your thoughts and opinions on the new fishing, Highlands fishing DLC? What do you think? Which bits of it are you looking forward to? We've got a few new brands as well coming in the game, haven't we? We've got Moddings, Can-Am, Agri-Spread, GT Bunning. Got some really nice looking bits of kit there. Very good, living the dream, doing a rags to riches game. The house is great. Oh, that's good to hear, mate, yeah. Yeah, we're alright here, cheers, buddy. All good. We're doing the best we can in the current situation, as it were, but hopefully be out of here in no time. I hope. Do us a favour, Welsh, if you can. Just jump on Discord and just find out, just see if you can get any word out of Win as to whether she managed to sort that Spinach contract out. I'm just a bit worried now because I know that she's been on there for hours and hours and hours, and if the server's bloody crashed, I can imagine. I mean, I know it's. I'm not trying to be daft about it. I know it's only a game, but when you invest a lot of time into a massive job like that, and the game just decides to go, you know, it does literally make you want to pick your PC up and yeet it out the window, doesn't it? Let's be honest. There is nothing more frustrating. And this server, like I was kind of saying before, it's great when it works, and most of the time it's been fine. But when it goes wrong, and it's been a wealth of just little niggly issues that have just been really quite annoying. My tractor slipped off through time and space. Well, it kind of did. How did it get from there to all the way over there, crossing a river, and not drown? And not need and you know, I can understand if I found it in the river needing to be reset, but the fact that it successfully managed to navigate its way across the river to the gate of one of the sell points on the other side of the map is, well, it's quite a thing, let's be honest. Quite a thing. Shameless self-promotion time, but if any of you are considering getting hold of the Highlands DLC and you like the idea of supporting a creator, please consider my Giants Partner promo code. Enter that at the checkout on the Giants website if you fancy supporting the channel. Every little bit does go a long way to supporting the channel. It's not something I wanted to necessarily say tonight, but I have crossed the threshold. I haven't announced it properly yet because I was waiting. I'm kind of waiting for it to become official in respect of something arriving in the post. But I am now a Giants. I've made it to a bronze partner level, which was pretty cool about a week or so ago. So I'm really quite proud of that. But I've got to say to all of you guys, thank you for all of your continuing wonderful support in that respect, and helping me achieve that wonderful milestone. But yeah, I'm going to like announce it properly at some point in the next few weeks. I know that Giants are obviously very busy at the minute with FarmCon and a whole load of other things, but I'm sure at some point when that lovely little thing arrives in the post, that certificate-y boxy thing, that I'll be able to take a quick photo and just show off my proud face, as it were. Right, there we go. Drop them down there. Mrs. D. Hey up, Mrs. D. How are you? Rion has told me to write that he can't wait for the fishing and that in no way is Welsh allowed. I'll keep an eye on him when we get there. I'll keep an eye on him. Did you hear that, Welsh? You're not allowed any chocolate brownies. Thank you very much, mate. Cheers, Josh. Thank you, mate. Thank you very much. Cheers, Welsh. Cheers, Jay. Yeah, it's awesome, isn't it? It really is. I mean, it's just, you know, an achievement within my little microcosm of the FarmSim community here. It's, I was genuinely over the moon. It made my day. That did. I think it was last week, if I remember correctly, that happened. And kind of, I was just very proud as punch, shall we say? Oh, there's 3 loose ones over here. So yeah, onwards and upwards. So now, yeah. So now I suppose it's destination silver, I guess, isn't it? So so yeah. If any of you do fancy supporting me, please use my promo code if you get the opportunity. You've been rumbled. You have. You got everyone on board. Nice to meet you, Mrs. D. Hope you're good. So you're the boss, I take it. Keeping them 2 in check. Aye. I tell you what, though, little Rion, you got yourself a budding little content creator there, you two. He really does seem to enjoy himself when he's on the vids with Daddy Welsh, doesn't he? I think you've got yourself a bit of a natural, and I think, speaking from my own experience, because when I started doing this, I was terrified, proper terrified, like, you know, putting yourself out there in, regardless of whether it's Farming Simulator or any other computer game or doing anything like this. I wasn't necessarily naturally wired for, it's not public speaking, is it? But do you know what I mean? Making videos and putting your voice and sometimes, like tonight, face out on the internet. It wasn't my natural forte, and it took me a bit of time to get used to it. And eventually, over time, I mean, I've been doing it now for, what are we on now? What month are we in? July. Just over about 2.5 years, something like that, I think, roughly. So it's taken me a bit of time to really find my feet and find the confidence that I feel I've got doing it now. And don't get me wrong, I've said this before, every day is a learning curve, even when it comes to the game, like finding out yesterday from Steve over on Discord that you can actually dial down the reversing speed of your tractors. I mean, I didn't know that. And just down to learning about, you know, yourself and making videos and stuff like that, and how you can... What am I doing here? We've got a full trailer we need to go and load up. Yeah, it's a learning curve, massive learning curve. So the fact that young Rion there is starting out at the age he's at with his dad by his side, I think he's brilliant. And you never know there, Mr. and Mrs. Welsh, you might have yourself a budding content creator there in the future, and I think that's amazing. So yeah, awesome. What do I need for silver? Earnings wise, it's off the top of my head, I can't quite remember, but it's it's essentially, yeah, it's another another chunk of revenue share, and it's a chunk of revenue that I'd gain, or that Giants gain from selling their product with my promo code, essentially. So yeah, and then you start off with regular, then you work your way up to bronze, and then silver, and then when you get to gold, in which there's not. I don't believe. I seem to remember the FSG saying a couple of months ago, or sometime like that. Anyway, I think that at the time there was only about 10 people in the world who had achieved gold partner, and I think he's one of them. And I'm assuming, I think DJ's there, and Farmer Cop, I think, and a couple of others. But yeah, so it's a massive thing, let's be honest, but it's just wonderful to be a tiny part of that whole system, I've got to say. And now he won't shut up, and Mrs. Rion definitely gets his chat from his dad. You can't get a word in. Hey, oh, sorry. Hear him then beep at me. I said sorry. What more do you want? Nice one, Josh. Yeah, that's the spirit. So yeah, obviously with the Highland fishing expansion coming on the 4th of December, your support would be massively appreciated, ladies and gentlemen. I tell you what, though, this field has taken a damn sight longer than what I thought it would. I really didn't think we'd get this many bales off it. In fact, oh, he's still going. He hasn't wandered off again. That's good. Got to keep my eye on that guy now, haven't I? Right, he'll sit you there in the middle. We'll just... In fact, bale counter, 241. That's in total. So if we go to statistics, bales produced 202 bales in this session. Okay. Yeah. A good number. Definitely a good number. And what, this 6,500 litres of bale? That's a lot of straw and alfalfa. Right. Let the loading continue. I did actually have to swap out. Those of you who've been on the stream before, the last couple of weeks, I had a John Deere telehandler, didn't I? I actually had to swap it out for this one because the button to remove the auto load is triangle on this one, and the JCB the John Deere telehandler had a button in it that triangle would open the window or open the door, so I couldn't actually, when I had this bale loader from Black Sheep Modding attached to the front, I couldn't actually, once I picked the bales up, I couldn't actually let them go because the button, the keybind, sorry, wouldn't let me. All it was doing was opening and closing the door of the telehandler, so it was like, right, you've got to go. No worries, Josh, mate. Good to see you, buddy. Cheers for joining us. Early start for you. Nice one, bud. Take care of yourself. Good to see you. What's November, Dutch? Yeah, that's when the... you're referring to when the Highland Fisheries comes out. Highland Fishing. There we go. That'll do. Just nice. Did you manage to get through to win, Welsh? Or have you not been able to get through to her because she's completely destroyed her PC in a fit of rage? I feel really bad, you know what I mean? I can't stand this server bugs that we've been having. And crashes like that. I just want people to have a nice time on there, and there's nothing, even though Farming Simulator can, even though it's a chilled out, relaxing game, it can get frustrating. And it's always down to some kind of game-breaking glitch, isn't it? And I just hate the idea of someone on the server. Did I say 4th of December? Sorry, Dutch. Yeah, 4th of November. But yeah, I hate the idea that the servers decided to throw a wobbler. Although saying that, it does auto save every 20 minutes. Will Giants release some new mods during Agritechnica from the new equipment like they did in previous years? I'm not too sure, VFL. I'm not too sure at all. Will Giants release some new mods? That's a good question, VFL. They may do. They may do. There's stuff I want to say, but I can't because I'm tied down by embargo till tomorrow. So I've just got to shut up. Her reply was she was nowhere near finished and it would have been a nice paycheck. I just hope that if she can find it in her to jump back on after the crash. Although saying that, it's up to me to reset the server, isn't it? Possibly. So frustrating. It really is. She's wounded, watch my back. Yeah. I bet she is. I bet she is. It's so bloody annoying. But like I say, I think that most of her progress will be safe. Because it saves every 20 minutes. So in the worst case scenario, she's lost 20 minutes worth of work. But it's just that frustration, isn't it? Let's be honest. It's just that sheer frustration. Especially going on the biggest field. She said she now needs to lie down. Well, tell her, give her a big apology from me. I mean, not that it's my fault or anything, but just tell her that I feel her pain and I'm sorry, and I'll get on the server restart as soon as I'm done here. And don't listen to Mrs. D. I don't know who that woman is. You'll be in trouble now, mate. There we go. I don't know. No, I don't think. I don't know the particular time tomorrow. VFL. Well, it's. I know I'm not. I'm not under an embargo. There's a patch tomorrow, essentially, and that was announced at FarmCon. So that's, I believe that's all I can say. There's a game patch coming out tomorrow, the contents of which is under the embargo. So I can't tell you anything about what's in that patch. But the patch has been announced at FarmCon, so that's kind of public knowledge, I suppose. There we go. That picked up. There we are. We've not got that. How many have we got left now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, we've still got a few over there, haven't we? Okay. Come on. Yeah, it's usually around 1 PM when... I think that's roughly when the Steam database updates anyway. I think. Something like that. Yeah. Yeah, 2 PM European time. Yeah, it sounds about right, doesn't it? Sounds about right. I tell you what, though. FarmCon looked like a load of fun. Austria is a gorgeous country, isn't it? If any of you got to see some of the footage that our friends have put out in the last couple of days. Virtual Farmer's been over there. FARMERSIM guy. DJ and Farmer Cop, of course. Oma Tanner, she's been out there. a few others as well over at in Austria. But yeah, some of the backdrops, they'd gone on a big mountain walk, and you know, I think they'd gone to the top in the cable cars possibly, but just the scenery and the vistas were absolutely gorgeous. Well, you never know, Welsh. Yes, that you might find that it might just go boom and off you go. And I mean, I do hope that would be the case. It's a bit of a frustrating thing for you, that, isn't it? I'm assuming when the patch is released, Dutch, or when Giants release the changelog and the patch notes, as it were, which might be possibly an hour or so beforehand. You didn't get FS25 through Steam. You messed up and went through Giants. Oh, but it's the same game at the end of the day. I don't think you messed up. I've only got it on Steam because that's how I've always done my gaming. I've just, yeah, that's just what I was used to doing, I suppose. And that was obviously long before having anything to do with the Giants partnership program or anything like that. There we go. Tell you what, this has been a much better Bale shifting tractor and trailer than that Red Rock thing, hasn't it? And you can get more on this one, let's be honest. A much better choice, I feel. But yeah, I am looking forward to the patch tomorrow. That's all I'm going to say. And hopefully that does fix your game version issue that you're currently experiencing, Welsh. It is a bit of a pain, that, let's be honest, isn't it? Hi Craig, hi FARMERSIM. Me and my girlfriend and our kids are moving to Dubai. Goodness me. That's a big one, mate. Goodness, that's, well, best of luck with that. All the best. There we go. So let's turn that off. Grab my telehandler. Have I had any more thought into the editing tutorial? What editing tutorial was that, mate? Is this something I've... You'll have to remind me. What did I say? I mean, the editing's a difficult one because it's all down to what software you use. There's so many different programs that you can use to video edit that it would be difficult to give a tutorial on one because it might be different to another one. I mean, I don't use any of the big expensive things like Adobe or anything like that. I've just been stuck with what I know. I taught myself how to do this and video editing using an open source program called OpenShot, which is free. It was free to download, free to use, and I got so used to how to use that because thankfully it's idiot proof. So it works for me. But yeah, I'm one of them people who kind of struggles with change in that respect. So because I've got so used to using OpenShot, I've just stuck with it, and it's good. It's a good bit of software, but it's, you know, don't get me wrong, it's not a catch on the likes of Adobe or DaVinci Resolve or anything like that. It's just what I've been used to. So yeah, doing a tutorial on editing could be quite a challenging thing to do because it would be particular to the software that I'm using, if that makes any sense. I use Steam for Everest but get loads of crashes, hence going straight to Giants. Interesting. Yeah, I've honestly, I can't remember the last time I had a game crash. So, do you know what? I've said that now. Now the whole thing will catch fire and that'll be game over. But no, I can't remember the last time I had a crash on any game on Steam, I suppose. But then again, it's all down to the particular computer you've got as well, I guess, isn't it? I suppose that's a big factor in it. What are my thoughts on onions coming to the game? Well, funnily enough, Virtual Farming Life, because it might have been before you joined the stream a bit earlier on, but I did mention your name because I was talking about me, you know, venturing out into the unknown ether in front of me, as it were, with doing crops that I haven't actually done and doing stuff in the game that I haven't actually done before. And I'm very grateful to you for introducing me and egging me on to do something a bit different, and like I said before, I've started that with the spinach. So onions, I'm excited for them. I'm looking forward to them. I'm keen to see what they bring to the game, especially from a financial side of things, because if they're a crop, I mean, I know it's not, let's say it's not going to be the same as spinach, but they're going to be more of a root crop type thing, aren't they? But if they're financially worth it, then it's got to be good, right? Because then it adds variety to the game, it adds a bit more machinery into the game, and it gives us all something different to do. Thanks, Craig. No worries, mate. You're very welcome. Glad you're enjoying it, mate. I guess that's the whole point of it, isn't it? Just have a bit of a laugh and talk to you guys for a Monday evening instead of my usual normal content. Now, speaking of my normal content, actually, I've those of you who do follow my channel and follow my series, I've been doing a series for a while now over on Oakbridge Farm, or Calmston, as it always used to be known. And I've actually, for the first time ever, I think, I've brought the series to an official end, and that episode comes out on Wednesday. And I'm just really chuffed with myself that I've actually brought it to an official end by making a point of saying this is the end of the series, all this kind of stuff, because I've never done that before. Obviously all the series that I did on 22 just kind of stopped as we progressed into FARMERSIM 25, and it's just one of them things. And I know it might be different from, I say, my side of the fence, or our side of the fence as content creators, but sometimes when you're working on a series and it feels like it's not going anywhere, or you feel like interest in it just drops off a cliff, it can be difficult to find the motivation to carry it on. And I feel that's what happened to me with Riverbend Springs, and that kind of so that it didn't come to an official end. It just stopped. I just stopped making episodes on it because it felt quite clear that nobody was really that bothered about it. But yeah, just the fact that I've been able to bring it to an official end is I'm dead chuffed with. So the final episode of that is this coming Wednesday, and I mean, I'm not spoiling anything, but I do in the episode, I do say that I'll be sticking that save game, an updated version of that save game, onto the Discord for anyone who wants to play or carry it on. So yeah, just thought I'd let you all know that ahead of time, as it were. You still got to watch the episode though. Lots of harvesting, lots of music, lots of harvesting. Right, there we go. Drop that there. Drop you off there, and I think I spotted 1, 2 left. Knowing giants, it will be profitable. The same happened with the root crops in the last expansion. Let's hope so, VFL. Absolutely, mate. Let's hope so. I'd like to think it will be. But yeah, I do plan on dipping my toe into more of the lesser done, the lesser performed crops in a way. I've started to work with spinach, and I'd like to have a go with peas and green beans. And maybe I might have another go with carrots. I don't know. I do still want to have a good go with potatoes. Definitely, because I've not done many potatoes. Potatoes have been around for ages, haven't they? But in the game, I mean, I've just never really done anything with them. So yeah. Just trying to see if I can still spot me, me Fent Baler rocking around in that field. I'll have a quick... Unless he's gone for another stint around the map. No, in my luck, he probably has, hasn't he? Right, let's... Stick them there. Ooh, don't you dare. There we are. Right. Let's just flick to him. Where is he? Oh, no. I think he's finished, hasn't he? Yeah, he's finished. Excellent. Right, okay. Well, we'll leave you there. So I think what I will do, for a little bit of variety in this evening's stream, now we've got that field baled up, I think what I'm actually going to do... is we're going to go and jump back into the 9RX and we're going to rip this field up with a ripper. We're going to make a start on it anyway. Farming Simulator VR died a quick death. You've just been looking on their website. What does it say on their website, Dink? I hope you need to dry the onions in real life. They need to dry a couple of days before you can store or process them so they don't get spoilt, but I think that will be necessary. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see the process that we have to follow with the new crop onions. I'd like to think that if that's what's done in real life, there'll be some kind of process involved in the game, I hope. Fingers crossed, anyway. I don't recall seeing anything in any of the information that we've been given so far yet from FarmCon about an onion drying process, though, I must admit. I suppose if that was the case, I'd have expected to see some kind of new placeable or some kind of new factory, perhaps. Unless I have, and I've missed it. Like I say, I haven't had the opportunity to delve real deep into everything that's coming. I've just seen a few vids and tried to catch up on everything. It did come out of nowhere, didn't it, that VR game, let's be honest. And it looked cool-ish. But I think at the time, and I can kind of understand some frustration that a lot of us, I suppose I'd describe us as seasoned players. There was issues with the game, or with FarmSim 25, wasn't there? And I think we were just hoping that those issues would get fixed, and then VR came along. But in Giant's defence, and because a lot of the arguing points that a lot of the community had weren't technically really, and I'm not trying to be rude here, but they weren't overly valid, because it was just about being fully informed. Giants had a dedicated team working on the Farming Simulator VR game, and the team that were responsible for FarmSim 25 were an entirely different set of teams. So it wasn't like they were, you know, it wasn't like the resources for this game were being used elsewhere, meaning this game was suffering as a result of it. It wasn't. So it's all good in my hood in that respect. No problem, Cher. Appreciate you joining us, love. Look after yourself, mate. I'll catch you soon. Enjoy your trip to Chester Zoo at the weekend. Right, you're going to go there. I think, yeah, as much as I did want to crack on and get those straw bales picked up as well, we've got them there for now. I'm going to enjoy ripping up a bit of soil with this beast and with that beast. I don't know why, but I absolutely love this implement. It's the John Deere what's it called? The 950. It says it on the side there. 915 V Ripper by LR Modding. And I don't even think I've left enough of a gap there, have I? To squeeze through. Are you going to let me squeeze through there? It's literally going to be... Oh! Inch perfect. Brilliant. Yeah, it's a beast. It's an absolute beast, this thing. It requires a lot of horsepower. I think it needs about 550 horsepower. Hence why this Rexy is the perfect tool for the job. But yeah, I don't know why I like it so much, but ever since I found it, I was like, oh, I'm having that. Absolutely having that. So, yeah. It really is an absolute beast. So, I don't actually want field stones on. Oh, never mind. We'll leave it. We'll leave it. But yeah. It's a proper cool bit of kit, this. It really is. I'll be getting one over on me Iowa Cattle series. I want one of them. One of these on there. I suppose I should really... Let's get steering assist on. We only really need 2 headlands. Yep, that's good enough for me. Good enough for me. There we go. Can get rid of that. Can get rid of that. That's better. How's it? Hello, mate. How you doing? How's it going, mate? Your pictures over on Discord of Cyberpunk the other day. Oh my word. Proper amazed at those, mate. Absolutely incredible. It was one of those proper double take moments where it's like, that's not a game. You've somehow managed to just jazz up a car to look all kind of cyberpunky, but no, it was incredible. The realism and the light reflections that we were getting in the paintwork of those cars in those stills, mate. They were amazing. Yeah, I'm good, thanks, mate. How are you? Hope all's well with you, buddy. But just out of interest, while I've got this running now, I just want to see if it does that again. If I minimise out the game, yeah, it does. It's fine, I think. You're all still with me there, because I'm just going to try. Right, I've done that there. There we go. Sorry, I've just restarted my server. Welsh, if you are still there, mate, you can tell Win that I've restarted the server, because it had come to a complete stop. It needed restarting, so I honestly don't understand what I'm going to have to go through the logs, aren't I? Yeah, it was bugging me that in the back of my head there. Proper bugging me. Yeah, it's a beast, this thing, isn't it? Having this plough on the farm was the one reason that that I've got the 9RX. I mean, who needs an excuse for a 9RX at the end of the day, but this was why I wanted it. I hate to do this, but the texture behind the subsoiler is wrong. It's the soil turned over. What a ripper doesn't do, as it just opens it and should leave the grass residue on top. Oh, okay. Well, I'm assuming it's because it's in the plough section of the game. I think if we go to ploughs, yeah, it's termed as a plough in here, and it's not in the subsoiler category. Maybe that's what I don't know. Everything looks fine when I tabbed up. Well, yeah, I had my eye on my little, you know, window here of what I'm recording here, and everything was fine. I don't know what was going on before, but yeah. But yeah, for some reason, or some inexplicable reason, the server had switched off. Don't understand why, so I'm going to have to yet again get in touch with G-Portal tomorrow and try and get this ironed out. The things you do, eh? The things you do. Yeah, you're right, VFL. This is the ploughing texture, and I'm assuming, like you say, it may be technically incorrect in real life if this is meant to be a subsoiler. But I think within the mechanics of the game, it does it with the Black Sheep modding subsoiler as well. Yeah, it's a modded game with new lighting and LUT. My preset just highlights it also. It's very basic. It looks great though, mate. It looked amazing. It really did. I'm very jealous because I did actually switch on Cyberpunk last weekend. I think it was not for long, just to. I just wanted to see how my graphics card handled it with me dialing everything, dialing all the graphics settings up, and it handled it really well. But it looked nothing like yours, and I was like, oh. It's like, I want that. No, it's all good. It's all good. Right. Let's grab that last bit there, and then we'll go grab the second headland. Nice. I've got to say, I love the steering assist. I know it's been around since day one of 25, but it's only in the last couple of weeks that I've really started to properly use it, and that's been because I've been on the server a little bit, just trying to enjoy a bit of time on there. And because we haven't got courseplay on there, this is what I've been using and just been doing things properly by hand, and it's really, really good. It really is. Oh yes, please. Cheers, Hazard. Yeah, I won't say no to them, mate. I've never mucked around with mods and Cyberpunk though, so yeah, I'll probably have to have a look into that and all. But no, I appreciate that. Thanks, mate. Thank you very much. Now, I don't think we're going to get this whole field finished in this live stream, but I just wanted to make a start on it and dig this thing out and just give myself a break from running the baler, because that it did take quite a while, let's be honest. What are we at now? Oh, we're almost at 2 hours now. Goodness me. The baling took up most of the street. Well, to be fair, I was faffing around at the beginning with wheeling tractors. Wasn't I? Let's be honest. But no, it's all good. It's all good. But at least with the steering assist, it means I don't have to concentrate on trying to keep a straight line. You can just whiz around your tractor and just enjoy some views for a bit. You think they should put assisted steering on 22? Well, I suppose, yeah, that was the one thing that I know a lot of players on 22, console players at least, because this is the one thing that's great about the built-in steering assist and AI workers is that it's a very basic version of courseplay that console players really wanted, I guess, and you know, so they've got something, but it's really, really good. And I mean, I control it all just with my control pad, even though I'm playing on PC. It's like it's just a case of holding a button, and it's so intuitive, and the heads-up display and user interface is so simple to use. I think Giants really did do a good thing with this, I've got to say. Right. But in actual fact, like I say, I've only just realised the time. We're at 2 hours now already, and this was roughly what I was planning on streaming for. So I think by the looks of things, I'm only really going to get these first couple of headlands done, really. I still want to try and find out the direction that fent took and managed to get across the map. It's proper bugging me, that. Either the water in the river down there isn't deep enough to need resetting your tractor, because that's the only answer I can think of. You don't have a clue about courseplay and auto drive, mate. If you were ever to get into them, they are two of the most wonderful mods you'll ever. I mean, I suppose it's down to how you play the game. It's down to how you individually play the game. I get that, but they are brilliant. I mean, that's how I do my. If you do watch my videos and I make cinematics and stuff, that's how I do the cinematics, because courseplay and auto drive does the driving around, and I just jump up in the air and try and make it look arty-farty for in doing some field work and stuff. And it's having the ability to do that is enabled by courseplay and auto drive. They are quite complicated. They can be very daunting when you first get your hands on it, and you might look at them and go, especially auto drive, you look at it and go, nah, and just carry on without it. But if you were so inclined and you wanted to learn how to use them, I wholeheartedly recommend it. It's just good fun, I suppose, as well, and you can get a lot more done. You can have auto drive go and take your products and your stuff to the varying sell points around the map if you wanted, while you carry on working. There's great benefits to them, and it's quite difficult reversing this, let's be honest. It looks too technical. Well, you can be forgiven for thinking that, because it does look, like I said, it does look a bit daunting at first, but once you get your head around it, it's fine. It really is. Just having the AI and GPS is insane for console players. It makes it so much easier to play the game. Absolutely, and I think, like I say, Giants did really, really well in when they created the system. It's so simple to use and really intuitive, and yeah, I think they've done themselves a credit there, I've got to say. But ladies and gentlemen, yeah, I was planning on running for a couple of hours, and we're literally at that mark now, so I may as well just decide to go, right, I've done 2 headlands. There's no point trying to carry on and get this field done, because there's a good hour's worth of ploughing involved in that. But yeah, Monday night stream. It was lovely to catch you all and chat with you all. I hope you have enjoyed it. Thank you very much for joining me. Yeah, it's been great. So I think, yeah, I'm just going to call it here, I reckon. And go and sort the server out and see how Win's doing for a start. That's nothing I need to crack on with. But yeah, thank you very much for joining me, guys. Really appreciate your time on your Monday evening. Thank you all for sticking with me and nattering and having some great convos. It's been great. So yeah, I'm going to love you and leave you, and I'll catch you in the next one. So yeah, cheers everyone. See you in a bit.